Hey everybody, this is Svenshinhan, welcoming you back to more Seiken Densetsu 3. In the last episode, we traversed the Sub-Zero snowfields, beat the shit out of some golems, saved Undini, and changed our classes, so we accomplished quite a lot. Now, I said that in this episode we're going to go for another spirit, and that is what we'll do. But first, I went to the shop in Altena right after I came back, because now Duran changing to his light class means that we have another kind of equipment for him, which is the shield, which gives him a lot of evasion. Technically, Hawk has the most evasion out of any character because of his high agility, but this way Duran can actually gain some pretty high evasion too, higher than Hawk at the moment. And you can actually see him wearing that shield. That's pretty badass. Now, only in his light classes he can wear those, so that's kind of unique, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to try it. Now, changing classes is extremely powerful, and it will make us all much tougher. The enemies will hit for less, we hit harder, all of that good stuff. There's one downside to it, though. And the downside to class changing is that you take more damage from magical attacks. And I don't know exactly why the programmers did that, but I guess maybe it's to balance out the immense power upgrade that the classes bring. You take about 50% more damage from magic, I think, if you class change, so that's quite a lot. But with us soon getting extra healing abilities, it should hopefully turn out alright. Now, I don't know exactly which is the fastest way to go about this, but what we want to do... No, that's not it. We want to go to this continent here in the south, because this is where the desert area is. And that's actually, logically, the next spirit. We can go to another place, and I guess I could show that off to you. It's the Moonlight Forest. But I think it's probably easiest if we go here first. Now, the only problem is, I don't know exactly where the beach is. It might be here. Okay, yeah, it is here. Okay, so here is the beach to the next area. Now that we're here, I might actually just as well show off the other place as well. Because now that you have Boost Kaboo, our friendly neighborhood turtle who saved us from certain death on the volcanic island of Buka, you can basically explore any part of the world that has a beach. Now, you'd be surprised as to how little of those there actually are. But you do have a little bit of freedom, and right over here somewhere... no, don't tell me it's all the way in the north. Because, yeah, it's in the north, isn't it? Somewhere around here, I don't know exactly where, that's one of them. Somewhere around here, there is a beach from where you can enter the Moonlight City Mintos. I seem to be utterly lost, so we shall do that. Oh wait, I mean, I'm on the entire wrong side of the continent. My apologies. I'm not much of a navigator. Let's save that for later. You can explore a little bit, but it's not really worth the trouble right now, so... Let's just head to the next bit. I'm sorry for taking you on a world tour that ended up going nowhere, but at least you got to see some of the world map. And hear this awesome, funky music. But anyway, we're now in the desert lands. And right here is the Sand City Sultan. Now, you might recognize this from the very intro of the story in the very first episode, because this is essentially where we met Hawk. And Hawk was raiding here with his thief buddies, and he entered this house, and he went upstairs here, I think, and then he stole from the guy that was sleeping in that bed over there. Unfortunately, the guy doesn't seem to be home, but Papa plays with me a lot. I wonder when Papa will come home today. Well, it depends what he's doing. My husband used to rarely come home, but ever since he started working, he's home every night. There's something about him that's changed. Okay, so apparently Hawk did manage to teach him a good lesson. That's kind of cool. I just wanted to show you that. It's some nice... It's silly, but it's some nice kind of continuity. What's this guy doing out here? I think he sells stuff. We have to wait for Hawk to show up. What does he sell? Just healing items. Let's see. We're good on everything that we really need, so... Like I said in the previous episode, I'm not going to bother with the round drops anymore. They're really not worth it anymore. What I do want to check out is the armor shop over here. Because I want an old man handling the armor shop? Aren't they usually the Sultan-like dudes? Let's see, We have protector, gold shield, plate mail, chain guard. We're already wearing all of that, so... Unfortunately, no new armor for us. Well, then, can we at least... No, not here. Can we at least check if there's any new weapons for us? I'd like some shiny new toys to stab enemies with. You, sir, you dancing fool, do you have anything? Fiend's Claw, nope. Still the same old equipment that we had before. Okay, so it's not until the next town that we really get a weapon upgrade. It's not too bad, though, because buying all these weapons does cost quite a bit of money, and I spent... The golden shield I bought for Durin cost like 3,500 Luke, and I only have 12,000, so... Equipment is going to get really expensive. Anyway, we are now in the Desert of Scorching Heat. The enemies here are roughly the same level as the enemies in the last part, because essentially you can come here before you go to Altena, I think. It's kind of just like personal preference. Where do you want to go first, you know? So, the music here is kind of mellow. And now that we've class changed, you can see the enemies are hitting us for much less damage. They were hitting us for like 30 damage at a time before. Whereas now... See, that's a magic attack, so that will do... See, that'll do 114 damage. And to a previous class, that would have probably done less. Now, we do get a pumpkin bomb for it in exchange. That's good. I don't know the exact route here. The Desert of Scorching Heat is kind of like a maze. You can go in different directions. But it's hard to get truly lost because, unlike some other areas of the game, there aren't really any dead ends over here. So, you know, really getting lost isn't a huge issue. And I think there's also an exit over here. No, there's not. Okay, I thought there was, so I did go the wrong way. It wouldn't be a first, right? I seem to get lost on every occasion here. So these guys are called Duck Soldiers. Now, I'm hoping to score some decent hits with Kevin here because I actually want to show you a new mechanic that you get access to after class changing. But there might not be enough enemies here. And he's summoning attacks, targeting Durin again. See, these enemies, they're not playing around anymore. They're actually out to kill us now. And we don't yet have healing abilities. I believe we'll get that as soon as Durin levels up. He'll probably learn Heal Light after he does so, after that, we'll be able to finally spend some magic points. Now, I want to show off a new mechanic. I hope there's enough enemies here. Okay, you see my bar here is the tech bar. Normally you had to have like 4 green bars and then you could do the special attack. Now there's an additional 3. If you rack up all of those, you can essentially do a much more powerful attack with all of the characters. Unfortunately, they're not always worth it. In the case of Hawk, it probably is worth it. In the case of Kevin, it's not. Just spamming the old way is more damage. So it's a little unfortunate they did that, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Because he hits twice with that attack, and it's just generally more powerful. See, 1 hit does 86, so 2 hits does about 170, and it takes less time to charge. So, overall, you'll lose damage by spamming the higher level abilities. And Hawk is showing off his over there. It's all pretty cool, though. That opens up a path, and we actually need to go there. Open up a chest. Okay, as you might notice, the wheel is spinning much more slowly. Unfortunately, we still don't have quite enough luck to fully evade everything. And I guess this is also a good time to show off one of the upsides to taking more magical damage. We'll have Durin, of course, heal with the Poto Oils, and he'll heal all of us. Now, at first they healed us for 80 each. Now we'll get well over 100, so 160 each, because Durin has higher spirit now, and we take more magical damage, which also means we're healed for more, so, you know, there's an upside to every downside, I guess. Now, this area is actually pretty short. It's kind of like a maze, but there is another desert town nearby, and we'll be going there. I just wished I wouldn't spam so many magical-based attacks, because, well, they hurt. Not much to be done about it, though. Let's see, I don't know exactly where the next town is. I think we're pretty close to it now. Because I think it's best if we go there first and then head over to the area where our next elemental spirit is. Ow, they deal a lot of damage. I might have to increase my intelligence some more. Luckily, we don't take as much damage from physical attacks anymore, so... And now we might see Durin's attack. Or not. The CPU is generally not very fast with executing those. And now that we're on the subject, I am gonna change the battle style. So for Hawk, I'm gonna have him assist Kevin, and I'm gonna have him use the backslash only. And for Durin, I'm gonna also have him assist Kevin, and I'm just gonna do the cross slash. The reason for that is that the higher level texts just aren't really worth it. At least not until you get to the final class changes. Those are fun to use. Oh, actually, this is a Sand Fortress Navarre. So I did kind of get lost. Yeah, there's nothing for us to do here yet. We'll be going back here later, but let's go hop on this little map guy, see where we are. Okay, so I went all the way north when I should have gone south. So I did get lost, but at least I showed you how to get to the Sand Fortress Navarre, which might be useful for later, I guess. I'm just trying to make up excuses. We'll just hightail it out of here. No reason to stick around. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother with you, small fry. Now, luckily, the next town isn't too far off. From where we were on the world map, it seems like it's a huge deal, but actually, if you go south here and then west, I think you're already almost there. I think you just have to go down south here, I think, and that's where the next Oasis town is, right after this tree here. Let's go kill this Dark Priest, because I don't like Dark Priests. What's in the chest? I want to see what's in the chest. More item seeds. Okay, well, I said earlier that they might prove useful, but actually they're not. You can plant them in inns. I'll show you how that works in a later part of the Let's Play. And here we are in the Oasis Village Dean. Now, this is where I want it to go. This is where I want it to be. Because from here, we can really easily get to the next part. What do the townsfolk have to say? The Oasis water level keeps dropping bit by bit. At this rate, all the water will disappear. Well, we did save Undini. Maybe that'll help. Those darn weapon and armor merchants, one or the other is always asleep. Oh, yeah. Here's the armor shop. I'm guessing now it's just the armor guy. Welcome. Let's buy some stuff. Ooh, we get new shinies. That's cool. We get a power wrist. That's for Kevin. We get a headband. Also for Kevin. A new gauntlet. That's probably for Durin. Yes. A studded helm. Probably also for Durin. Yes. Cobra earrings for Hawk. And then a feather hat. A very fabulous one also for Hawk. Yes, we'll buy that. We'll buy all of that. Now, I wanted to rest here anyway. I'm going to go to the inn. And I am going to go and heal real quick. Today's the Mana Holy Day. All rooms are free. Oh yeah, they do that. We'll wake up at night because at night the weapon merchant will be there. And also it gives us more power. So let's quickly heal up here at the inn. Nah, we're not going to save the game quite yet. I'll do that off screen. And now let's head into the shop again, because now the weapon merchant should be awake. And he has a really weird kind of beard, almost, I think it looks like. Now, what new toys do you... Okay, so we do get new armor, but we don't get new weapons. That's lame. Oh well. Okay, so looking at the time, I've been going for about 14 minutes now. I wanted to accomplish a little bit more, but unfortunately I seem to get a little bit distracted in this episode, so my apologies for that. In the next episode, we're definitely going to go save the next elemental spirit, though. For now, please bear with me. We'll go make some nice progress in the next one. Let's see, is there anyone here that has something interesting to say? Thieves took my bags. The Navarre Thieves Guild has been attacking travelers in the desert. That's a problem. I guess they still haven't calmed down. Is this the same old man who talks about the, Oh, see. According to ancient texts, this desert was once a lush green forest. When people began battling for control of mana, the forest withered away. This oasis is all that remains of the great forest. When it disappears, there'll be nothing left. Oh, that's a bit morbid. I like oases. I've never actually been to a desert oasis, but I'd like to go there at one point in my life. You know, I just want to go to some really cool desert where there's sand and rocks and heat all around, and then just get to a kind of a cool oasis with palm trees and a kind of a lake or something, I don't know. Anyway, this has been kind of a useless episode. I think I'll title it the useless episode. I promise in the next one we'll get much more accomplished. So thanks for bearing with me once again, and I'll see you in the next one sometime real soon.